What are the keys in establishing a personal brand? Why is branding important? Do you want to be perceived as more consistent and confident? Would you like to be more distinctive and engaging in order to build a more trusting relationship and expand your current potential? Do you have a unique story to tell about your life or career? Do you have a clearly articulated vision and style? Have you identified your strengths and unique abilities? Are you leveraging your talents and expertise? Today, how are you being perceived? How do you want that image to be perceived in 5 years? Hello, my name is Attorney Ramsey Barawi, and welcome to Your Money, Your Life. In this segment, I'm going to discuss the importance of branding with Suzanne Tulien of Brand Ascension in Colorado. For 26 years, Suzanne has been passionately serving clients by creating and providing solutions accompanied with powerful strategic branding consulting and training. Suzanne is a co-pioneer of the Brand DNA system. This is a system designed to help small to medium-sized businesses define their internal brand attributes. In addition, Ms. Tulien is the author of several branding books and articles. Recently, Ms. Tulien released an online video presentation and workbook called Ignite Your Personal Brand Presence. Suzanne, welcome to Your Money, Your Life. It's great to have you on the program.
It's great to be here. Thanks, Ramsey.
Now, let's say that a person decides to focus on developing personal brand. And they want to do this in order to differentiate themselves. They want to leverage their personal values and their personality. And in so doing, they're expecting the personal brand to improve their reputation and confidence. How long does it take to build that kind of a brand and have it actually deliver the results that people are looking for?
That's a loaded question.
Okay.
But I'll try to answer it in a couple of different ways. Remember, I said in the first 7 seconds, people form 11 impressions of you. Those are perceptions that they're forming. So the moment you start doing something, someone's perceiving it, right, and creating a judgment or a perception about who you are and what you do. So the more consistent you are in showing up that certain way, you start to begin to build trust. And trust creates history. History forms tradition. Tradition builds rituals. So just that one characteristic of being more consistent in your life will help you be a better brand. But that consistency is based on the person's DNA. Okay. So without that construct, what am I consistent being, right? So it's the process that I want to talk about. Branding is a process. It's not an event. I'm not just going to brand myself and it's done. Phew, I'm glad I'm done with that. I have to work it every single day, and I have to live it, and I have to be it. And that's what makes a good, successful brand.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is when you're engaged in branding, you don't just put it on cruise control and walk away. It's an ongoing process.
It's, when you do the process around that self-actualization and you become what you say you are, it's not work anymore. It's just a consciousness. Mm-hmm. It's that awareness, and I'm very strategic and very deliberate in how I show up that way. So you kind of make it sound like it's work, but it's really, it becomes you. It becomes who you are. It's a natural thing, and you don't deviate from that, which again, build on that consistency, which is great.
Is there anything a person can do when developing a personal brand to assure that that brand will be well received?
Oh, that's I think I'm going to start with having the audience understand that no brand is universal. And that means that I'm not going to please everybody. And I'm going to, I don't want to die trying to please everybody. Everyone has their own chemistry with certain types of characteristics and personalities of people. So when I define my brand and I live it authentically, consistently, and distinctively, then I'm doing what I can do best. And I'm not going to gain everybody's approval. I'm not going to gain their loyalties. So, and once I understand that and I drop the oars on that, then I'm going to attract those who really appreciate my authenticity, my consistency, and who I am with those different attributes. So if that answers your question, it's just a matter of defining that, being it, and then allowing those who are attracted to that to become a part of your space. And don't worry about the others who don't, because you're never going to please everybody.
Okay, let me ask the question a little bit differently. You did answer it, but I want to address another issue too, and that is it? Let's say somebody is in the process of developing a brand, and it's not going as anticipated. Is there anything they can do in terms of damage control? And you may be able to plug into Tiger Woods here. In order to try to deliver a more positive perception of that individual because there's been a problem.
Yes, and this is a basic PR 101, public relations 101. Come clean. Come clean as quickly as articulately as you can. Come clean, own what you did, and then get back on the track of being, again, that authentic self of who you say you are. If everybody makes mistakes, nobody's perfect, but we have to just get ourselves back on track, and we have to allow ourselves some mistakes. And if they're big doozies like the Tiger Woods and the Lance Armstrongs, and we've got a lot of work to do, because we've built up equity over time if we are consistent with who we are. And then breaking that down, if we've built up a big bank account of equity, then we've got less to do to build it back. But if we don't have that equity, then we've got a lot of work to do to build that back up with our audience to gain that trust again. So it's just about ownership,
Okay.
Coming clean.
All right, it makes perfect sense. Now I understand you have a tool to help define one's personal brand. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about that tool and how they can get access to that tool?
Sure. It's available online. It's an online training program. It's self-directed, and it's called Ignite Your Personal Brand Presence. It's a brand new product. I developed it because I work with a lot of solo professionals who felt that the business version of my program, my Brand DNA program, was a bit too broad because it talked a lot about employees. But with solo professionals, they wanted to build their personal brand because their brand is their business. But this product also delves into that external, beyond the business. It's about your life. It's about building a personal brand presence through your life, committing to it, putting a position in, and putting that stake in the ground, and then self-actualizing into that. So yeah, it's online. It's available to anybody who's interested in it. There's a downloadable workbook. There's 4 modules, and that they can get through it pretty much, if they're pretty consistent and deliberate, they can get through it in about a week.
That's great. That's a great place for us to stop, Suzanne. Thank you.
Great.
A brand is simply a perception. In developing a personal brand, it is incumbent to carefully consider and define the attributes that you want others to notice and identify about you. In so doing, you will elevate how others perceive your brand. Personal brand building helps a person realize his or her strengths, leverage his or her unique abilities, and thereby achieve his or her potential. When living to your potential, your life changes for the better. Good personal branding ensures you have identified your values, your unique style, and your differentiators. These elements reach into every facet of your life, from work to family to finances, and of course your community. As a result, we become more authentic, increasing our self-esteem, confidence, and happiness. In turn, these traits build trust and increase distinction. As a consequence, a person becomes more memorable. Therefore, good personal branding is essential, as it can provide instant credibility, command respect, and increase distinction. As such, eventually a person will become synonymous with a good brand message. Therefore, to create an effective personal brand, educate yourself. A good place to start is by visiting Ms. Tuline's Brand Ascension website and checking out the landing page in the Ignite Your Personal Brand Presence program. For in the words of Ben Franklin, an investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. In closing, I would like to thank my guest, Suzanne Tuline of Brand Ascension, for her participation in this program. And as always, Thank you to you, our viewers, for watching Your Money, Your Life. My name is Attorney Ramsey Barawi, Building Your Trust.